All right, welcome to Stocks and Squats. Today is July 14th, 2020. This is L. Jermaine Russell. This is your first time here on Stocks and Squats. This is the channel for you to get your financial education as well as enhance your physical, mental, spiritual wellness. Today, I am going over a couple of things from some stocks that I traded this week. I know it's only Tuesday. I held a couple over the weekend. I was not able to record yesterday just because, I'm in Arizona visiting my sisters. I'm trying to not put as much face time to my screen so I can spend time with her. I live in Brooklyn, so if I'm all the way out in Arizona, it gotta be special. That's family. So anyway, we'll get started with a couple of stocks. Let me see. What did I trade actually yesterday? SPAQ. Yeah, there we go. So I held SPAQ over the weekend. And as you could tell, the market is still going right now. I have one stock that I'm holding, and I'm debating if I'm going to actually sell it and not hold it overnight, which I typically like to do on an EMA hack. I'll say EMA hack. There's a video on that where you see these spikes. But anyway, that's another video that you should look on your own. SPAQ. It is a special private acquisition company. SPAC SPAC. And so what they do is they pretty much do like reverse mergers. So like it's a company that's already trading in the public market, and they'll take a company from the private market and liquidate it so it can be traded publicly. So essentially, I looked at this one SPAQ, and I got into it twice. The first time was pure how it should be. Just take your profits and be out. The second time, I got greedy. So we'll just look at this real quick, right? And it was pretty upsetting. Like, so when I got in, it was that Friday, right? So let's go back. I got in on Friday back here, right around 10:30. And I got in at 1742, right? And then I sold right here at 1754. Very minimal gain, very minimal, because I didn't trust myself nor the pattern. I believe in a previous video I said that this stock, because it was this red candlestick, was kind of this dumbbell approach. I wasn't 100% sure how high it could go, and it actually went higher than I thought. It went to where I thought could go. So it went. I was so mad because it went up higher, and I just didn't trust the fact that it could go higher. So I sold here, and this is what I was worried about. I was worried about this dip right back to the 200 EMA. So the red line on any chart that I'm on. The red line is the 200 EMA, the green line is the 50 EMA, the 100, the yellow line is the 100 EMA. So I'll leave my key chart in the description box. And the purple line is the VWAP, right? So essentially I was worried about that dip. Remember, I bought in the 17s. Sorry. Yep, I bought in the 1748, right? So I was worried about that dip going all the way down. I probably shouldn't have, because I was pretty much near support in a sense from where I bought. So I ended up selling there. Let me move this over just a little bit. And then when I saw that spike, I got mad. I legitimately got mad because, if I just waited maybe a couple of seconds later, because literally it was coming up already. It was starting to spike. But when I was looking at the level two was giving me some funky numbers. So I wasn't sure if it was going to spike and slam right back down, because sometimes it will spike and then squish the green candlestick. And then, as you can see right here, it just ran all the way up to $21. So I got mad. I bought here, and then, and which is, I broke my rule, buying in the pre-market. I usually sell in the pre-market. So I bought in the pre-market higher than I typically would want to. And it was trading just between the 50 EMA and the VWAP, which is a precarious situation for me. But nonetheless, even though I bought here at 2019, I had an opportunity to sell here at 2160 and did not do so. So I ended up holding, and I still could have sold it here for a 19-cent loss. And I still didn't do that. So I ended up holding all the way down here. And if you see any of my past videos when I talk about selling a stock, if you sell a stock using the EMA strategy, if the 50 EMA starts getting closer to the 200 EMA, meaning that, this is another reason why I have the 100 EMA here. If that 50 starts to cross underneath the 100, then that's when you should start looking to get out. And I was not looking to get out. I was trying so hard to hold on to this. Hold on. I held on until almost 2 in the afternoon. Around 1:40, that's when I finally sold, because I just looked at the year chart again. I looked at the hour chart, and I said, this is not happening. It's only going to go lower, and it did. So this is where you trust the EMAs, that 50 crosses below the 200 EMA, and this is on any chart. The 100, the year chart, intraday chart, hour chart. If you start seeing, the 50 crossing below the 200 EMA, typically the price is going to go down. And the same in the reverse. If the 50 crosses above the 200 EMA, the price will go up. So, I messed that up. I was being stubborn here, and should have let that go a long time ago. Moving on to the next chart, and this is where I actually picked up my gains, right? I recovered myself, and when I recovered myself on one of them was WIM. Actually, no, this was also another overnight hold. I held this one as well overnight, from Friday going into Monday. And as you can tell, right, it was doing something pretty good, right? It follows my classic EMA hack right here, right? All the EMAs are right here. Then it has a strong spike right here. Next day, spike. It should be a pullback, and then it definitely pulled back today. This is today. Somewhat of a pullback for yesterday, and then it pulled back today. So as we go, let's check and see. Let's look at what I did. Essentially going from, and this is the one thing, and I heard Webull does a WEBULL. It allows you to make trades at the 4 a.m. pre-market hour, because this is what this stock did at 4 a.m. and I could not trade it because Thinkorswim does not have trading available at this time. But the minute that 7 came, I sold. Right? And even though when the market opened up and it went to $30, I'm still glad I took my $3 a share. So I just wanted to show you, and it was only 50 shares, right? It wasn't nothing crazy, but I just wanted to show you this pattern that it actually does work. And you'll see this pattern over and over again, where it'll be flat, EMAs are all flat, then you have this strong green candlestick. Really try to get in on this candlestick, maybe in the after hours. Then you'll see, the next day in the pre-market, try to sell in the pre-market, really get your shares, because typically that's when you'll be able to profit off of a stock like this. And it might go higher, when the market opens, like I showed you it did, but that's something that you will see, quite often. This is pretty much textbook for me right here. So we did WIMI. And I don't even care to know. I know they did something with holograms and stuff like that. Don't really care to go into the details of the stock. I just want you to see the chart itself. We did SPAQ, UAVS. I'm trying to remember if I held this over the weekend. I played this a couple of times, And as you can tell, once again, it has that classic EMA, everything is, you know, together essentially. And then it had the spike, which was a fake out. It was a kind of a fake out breakout because we expect it to go higher like it did over here, but it pulled back. And then it went higher these next 2 days. So what happened here is that, I don't even know what that is. Hold on.